Hello, and welcome to Crocheting with the Classics. Today, we're going to be listening to Johnson's Antidote by Banjo Patterson. A poem. Down along the Snakebite River, where the overlanders camp, where the serpents are in millions, all of the most deadly stamp, where the station cook in terror nearly every time he bakes, mixes up among the doughboys half a dozen poison snakes, where the Willie Free sector walks in armor-plated pants and defies the stings of scorpions and the bites of bulldog ants, where the adder and the viper tear each other by the throat, there it was that William Johnson sought his snakebite antidote. Johnson was a free selector, and his brain went rather queer, for the constant sight of serpents filled him with a deadly fear. So he trampled his free selection morning, afternoon, and night, seeking for some great specific that would cure the serpent's bite. Till King Billy of the Mookie, chieftain of the flour bag head, told him, "S'posen snakebite feller mostly drop down dead. S'posen snakebite old Gunna, then you watch a while you'll see. Old Gunna cure himself with eatin' little feller tree." "That's the cure," said William Johnson. "Point me out this plant sublime." But King Billy, feelin' lazy, said he'd go another time. Thus it came to pass that Johnson, having got this tale by rote, followed every stray goanna, seeking for the antidote. Loafing once beside the river, while he thought his heart would break, there he saw a big goanna fighting with a tiger snake. In and out they rolled and wriggled, bit each other heart and soul, till the valiant old goanna swallowed his opponent whole. Breathless Johnson sat and watched him, saw him struggle up the bank, saw him nibbling at the branches of some bushes green and rank, saw him happy and contented lick his lips as off he crept, while the bulging in his stomach showed where his opponent slept. Then a cheer of exultation burst aloud from Johnson's throat. "Luck at last," said he, "I've struck it, 'tis the famous antidote. Here it is, the grand elixir, greatest blessin' ever known. 20,000 men in India die each year of snakes alone. Think of all the foreign nations, Chow and Blackamoor, saved from sudden expiration by my wondrous snakebite cure. It'll bring me fame and fortune in the happy days to be. Men of every clime and nation will be round to gaze on me. Scientific men in thousands, men of mark and men of note, rushing down the Mookie River after Johnson's antidote. It'll cure delirium tremens when the patient's eyeballs stare at imaginary spiders, snakes which really are not there. And when he thinks he sees them wriggle, when he thinks he sees them bloat, it'll cure him just to think of Johnson's snakebite antidote." Then he rushed to the museum and found a scientific man. "Trot me out a deadly serpent, just the deadliest you can. I intend to let him bite me, all the risks I will endure, just to prove the sterling value of my wondrous snakebite cure. Even though an adder bit me, back to life again I'd float. Snakes are out of date, I tell you, since I found the antidote." Said the scientific person, "Well, if you really want to die, go ahead, but if you're doubtful, let your sheepdog have a try. Get a pair of dogs and try it. Let the snake give both a nip. Give your dog a snakebite mixture and let the other fellow rip. If he dies and yours survives him, then it proves the thing is good. Will you fetch a dog and try it?" Johnson rather thought he would. So he went and fetched his canine, hauled him forward by the throat. "Stump, old man," says he, "we'll show him we've got the genuine antidote." Both the dogs were duly loaded with the poison gland's contents. Johnson gave his dog the mixture, then sat down to wait events. "Mark," he said, "in 20 minutes Stump'll be rushin' round, while the other wretched creature lies a corpse upon the ground." But alas for William Johnson, ere they watched a half-hour's spell, Stumpy was dead as mutton, 'twas the other dog live and well. And the scientific person hurried off with utmost speed, tested Johnson's drug and found it was a deadly poison weed. Half a tumbler killed an emu, half a spoonful killed a goat. All the snakes on earth were harmless to that awful antidote. Down along the Mookie River on the overlanders' camp, where the serpents are in millions, all of the most deadly stamp, wanders daily William Johnson among those poisonous hordes, Shooting every stray goanna calls 'em black and yeller frauds. And King Billy of the Mookie, caging off for cast-off coat, somehow seems to dodge the subject of the snake-bite antidote. Well, I hope you like that. Kind of wish you hadn't given it to the dog first, but there we are. Anyway, have a lovely afternoon, and goodbye.